So what's your name?
My name is Juan Zuleta, and I was actually banned for filming undercover agents at the drum circle, and I'm actually banned from all drum circles. I have to be at least 50 yards away.
So what are you doing right now?
Right now I'm actually recording what I would assume and looks like and have acted like what would be undercover agents right over here, trying to see what is actually going on with the crowd and basically trying to make it as if they were criminals, instead of actually having, some decency and respecting their political grievances.
What happened to you at the drum circle?
Well, for me at the drum circle, I actually went in there doing a specific cop watch, and the whole notion of thinking that there were undercovers within the actual drum circle for me was preposterous, until one girl came up to me with actual footage saying, hey, this is what's going on. And so I basically went around the drum circle, found them, and once I kicked them out of the drum circle by filming them, along with maybe 7 other comrades, I was also arrested, allegedly for interfering with an investigation based on something like that.
What did they charge you with?
Well, originally they charged me with interfering with a police investigation, and then once they actually had me in custody, because they wanted to mess with me as their proclaimed words, they said, hey, we're going to take you to the 77th precinct, and once there, so that you would have to fulfill all the mouth swab, the basically strip search, all that. They charged me with a felony for hash for less than 0.2 of a gram, even though I'm a medical patient.
What's the legalization of marijuana here? What's the state law?
Well, right here, in the state law basically is that you can't own or possess or cultivate marijuana unless you're a patient of the Compassionate Care Act of 1996, which then didn't explicitly say cannabis or concentrate cannabis, but was later ratified in 2003 under the Attorney General to say that all concentrate cannabis is also applicable for any medicinal purpose. So as long as you have the Compassionate Act, you're not allowed to be arrested for any possession, cultivation, or transporting of marijuana.
So what happened? What were the undercover cops doing?
The undercover cops were basically doing a sit down next to who they would thought was either smoking marijuana, had marijuana, what they would think was a container of alcohol, but they couldn't prove. Even in some cases, they arrested, cuffed, and gave a ticket to somebody for allegedly having a red cup that they couldn't prove had an alcoholic beverage in.
What's happening at these drum circles? Why are there cops there? Undercover?
The drum circle and basically what stems from it has been happening in Venice for the last 20 years. It usually happens Saturdays and Sundays, but lately it's been mostly Sundays. And what's happened lately is they've used a sundown law basically to say, hey, we can't have you drumming. Before it used to be 10 o'clock, now it's sundown, and now what they're doing is they train a lot of their officers who are rookies and have skirmishes lines and have tactical lines just so that they can kick everybody out. Irregardless of that, you cannot have a law that doesn't let people go there and limit public access or anything of the matter basically. There's just impunity.
Why is it important to film undercover cops?
Oh, it's always important to film undercover cops because they're always trying to find something that you're doing negative, regardless of what the laws really are. They violate the laws themselves more than any other officer. They think that they can completely go above the law just because they have a badge, but at the same time, they're not uniformed and you can't actually tell that they are. Personal experience with undercovers, I've never been rude to an undercover agent, but I've had multiple undercover agents physically choke me just because I'm being quote unquote arrested or because I'm quote unquote a criminal. Our legal system is innocent until proven guilty, not ostracized until proven guilty.
So what's your current status now?
Right now, my charge got dropped from a felony possession of hash to a misdemeanor possession of hash. They added the intervening with a police investigation, and then they also added a battery on an officer for allegedly touching the back of his foot on an uneven surface when he stopped. Super abrupt.
So what was in the police report for your battery?
In the police report, literally for the battery, is that I aggressively touched the back of his shoe in an unwanted way.
If people want to find out more about you and help you out, where can they do that?
Well, if they want to find out more about me, they can just look up Free Juan Z as the hashtag, and you can look me up also on Facebook. My name is Juan Zuleta, and anything you want to do, feel free. Actually, to be honest with you, what helps me the most is you recording whatever happens to you. and you recording whatever has happened to anyone else and making everyone aware, because the situation is they want to shut people like me up because I'm willing to tell other people that that's what they should do and that's what they want people not to do.
Anything else you want to say?
Other than I hope everybody goes out there and realize that the police are not out for anything except money. That's all they're protecting. They're protecting large money interests. So the most important, like we were saying, is just film all police interactions.